Hey City, for this reaction, I'm going to be doing Tom Macdonald coronavirus. I've been wanting to do this for a while. Song's been out for a while, so I don't think I'm going to get a lot of views out of this. It's okay. I mean, I'm doing this more just for fun than for views. It's nice to get views, yeah, that's what YouTube is for. But regardless, this guy's always spitting facts, and yeah, he says a lot of, he always speaks his mind. That's the thing. Like I'm not into like mainstream rappers because and the same thing with mainstream country artists. Like, I mean, I like hip hop, I like country, but I mean, I don't listen to much of mainstream anything because it's just like it's boring to me. Like they're not saying anything that I relate to. So anyway, this is real life stuff. My opinion on this stuff, like I think this is all a test by the like. Don't get me wrong. I think the virus does exist and people are dying from it, but a lot of it is because of bad hygiene. People live too close together. Like in Italy, everybody's when they're talking, like they're always like this. They talk close together. Same thing with the Chinese people. Like in China, they're always spitting all over the place. I mean, and they live real close together, and they eat weird food. So it's no surprise that like lots of people are dying over there. I mean, granted, it's slowed down now because I mean that's what China's saying. China is commie, so I don't really much trust what their government says about their numbers of people dying. Either way, whether it's more or less than what they're saying. But anyway, like I'm not. For me, the virus isn't that scary because we already have diseases with vaccines that are killing way more people than coronavirus will ever kill. Not to mention a lot of the viruses we've had in the past have killed way more people than coronavirus ever will. So I'm not really scared about getting it. Most people my age who get it, we just carry it, pass it on to somebody else, and a lot of times don't even have any symptoms or mild symptoms. So I'm not worried about it. What I'm worried about is the fact that the government can call in complete martial law overnight without the people having any say in any of this. This is an excuse for the government. They can use it to take away our guns. They can use this to take away, traveling rights, whatever. Freedom to assemble. Um, I see this as kind of like almost as a government, not like a fallen government takeover, but just like kind of like a show of force of like what the government can do, um, while the people are like powerless to stop it, basically. So I don't think it's constitutional. I don't think it's American. Other countries, it doesn't surprise me, but like the United States of America, we are supposed to have a constitutional government that is bound by constitutional principles, and when they're doing whatever the heck they want, that's that's not. We're just like anybody else in the world, pretty much, and I think that's wrong. I think people are asleep. I think people are thinking like sheep. I'm not afraid to say that. I don't care who watches this and gets pissed off. I mean, I don't have that many viewers anyway, and if I lose some, then okay. I'll always say what I believe, and that's what I believe on this whole subject. I don't know what Tom thinks, but I'm about to find out.
I don't know what to think about this virus. Started in China, now everybody in America's hiding. There's no groceries cause people start to panic and buy it. The shelves are empty, the ones with plenty already stockpiling. Y'all making memes, think it's funny? Wait a week till the riots. Wait a month till the only way to eat is be violent. It's not the sickness that's scary, it's all the people who whiling. The government lying, they trying to keep us calm through the sirens. You know it's for real. And all the pharmaceutical giants don't have a cure that they can sell you, so now everyone's dying. There's no vaccines or medication made that can fight it. I guess it's time to pray to God we can't rely on the science. And everyone around me in a mask and some gloves. The stock market crashed and the bank's about to bust. Tell us sanitize our hands, this will pass. It's a bug, stay inside, you'll be fine till we're trapped there for months. It's a ghost town, we're in this together. They're closing all the stores down, we're heading for shelter. It's all
I respect his opinion because like again, like he's right on a lot of things. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, and maybe I'm wrong in this whole thing. I'm human. I'm wrong too. Yeah. I disagree with his position because he's making it sound like it's worse than the government's saying, and I think it's not as bad as they're saying. I think they're using this as a ploy to get rid of Trump, and as well to just kind of do like a show of force on the people for what they can do. But again, it's his opinion. It's his music. I'm just here to react to it, and break it down the way I want to break it down. So let's keep going. And yeah, I mean, he's as far as what's going on overall, yeah. I mean, he's that's trapped inside. Grocery stores are empty. People running around wearing masks. I think it's stupid, but yeah, that's what they're doing. I don't. I think it's stupid, but I don't think you can run from a virus like that just because you have a mask on. You're still gonna get it. Like, I mean, stuff like that can get through. I mean, it's just anyway. Anyway, I'm gonna keep going.
This a pandemic, but we don't listen to the news because they lied to us for years. So how we know that this the truth? And most of us are young enough to think that we're immune, so we just pass it on to people who won't survive it like you. It's either worse than they're telling us or it's nothing at all. But the school shut down, a ghost town in the mall. They gon' quarantine the city, block the road out of Dodge, then tell us leaving our home.
Actually, I might have misunderstood him. It sounds to me like he's saying, well, okay, it could either be a lot worse than they're saying, or it could be not as bad. I think he's kind of saying he doesn't know. I mean, as far as the thing with passing it on to like someone like me who's not necessarily immune to it, but just have a strong immune system, so it doesn't really affect us. And then, but like being a carrier and passing it on to older folks who might die from it, or anybody else who has health complications, yeah, that's true. That can happen. I mean, that can happen with pretty much any other sickness that you have already. I mean, people with weak immune systems can die from the flu. They can die from, some people can even die from a common cold if they're that weak already. Bronchitis, pneumonia. Bronchitis is serious. Bronchitis is a really serious thing. I had it for like a month, and it was to the point where like, I mean, it wasn't suicidal, but I was pretty depressed because it was just getting really old. I mean, it was a month of nonstop hacking and just not barely being able to talk because my throat was so sore and wore out. Um, but yeah, I mean, that is yeah. I mean, that's true. So I'm gonna keep going.
They gon' quarantine the city, block the road out of Dodge, then tell us leaving our homes is actually breaking the law. This is just the beginning, you know it's gotta get worse. If the doctors get sick, the hospitals won't work. The conspiracy theories all sound like facts, that's for sure. But the fact is, we're trapped on this planet called Earth. And the bleach gone, the bread gone, the water sold out. The meat gone, the milk gone, the pasta sold out. Don't leave anything for anyone, you hoard it for yourself. You'd rather tell them go to hell than be a man and go in hell. It's a ghost town.
Oh no, that's huge facts. Yeah, like if you're gonna, I mean, if you're gonna like buy everything out of the store just for yourself and screw everybody else over, you might as well try to do something for people, because if you're just gonna do that, then you're a jerk. You're an asshole. Other people have to eat too. Other people like me. I mean, I'm more like I'm back in the sticks. Like I don't have land really, but like if I did, I mean, I'd be growing a lot of my own stuff. I'd probably killing bucks. You know what I mean? Have a deer stand out, and bringing in what food I can just by living off the land. But granted, there's some things that like even when you live back in the sticks, there's some things that are just people will still rather go to the store to get. You know, and that's like one of the reasons everything's gone out of the stores, because you have a few people who get there first, buy everything because they're idiots. They think that, yeah, like here's the thing: if you go and buy like a semi-normal amount of groceries instead of just buy the whole store, okay, that means that everybody else is going to be okay, and then it's going to be easier for the store to restock. So you're not going to have these long periods where the stores there's just nothing on the shelves because everybody's just buying no more than what they really need for the next couple of days, like they normally would. I mean, like the whole thing with toilet paper. I'm gonna keep going.
We're hoping for the best, but we're preparing for the worst. There's one thing we're not scared of, is hard work. We're up against an enemy that doesn't have a face. There's no bombs we can drop, there's nowhere we can aim. There's no soldiers to stop with a tank at the gates. There's no cure that we've got or a pill we can take. There's no food, it's been bought. The truth is, we're afraid. We sit inside our rooms and we pray. It's a
Yeah, at least as far as I know of, and as far as really anybody knows, there's no vaccine for this specific kind of virus. There are different kinds of the virus that have been around for quite a while, so this is not necessarily a new thing. This is a new strain of the virus, pretty much. But the actual virus itself has been around for a while. I know they've been talking about vaccines. I know the Israelis, they're really smart people, and whatnot. They've been talking about coming out with a vaccine for this. So I doubt this is going to be a whole lot more time before we get a vaccine. I figure at most, and that's a long stretch, is a year. But I'd be surprised if it takes that long. As it is right now, there's no vaccine for it, and this already isn't as bad as a lot of common sicknesses. So yes, I mean you should already practice. I think if you practice basic hygiene and just do what you got to do, to like stay clean and whatnot, and stay out of things you should stay out of, you'll be fine. That's why I think everybody should be going around doing what they're doing, keeping a little distance. Yeah, maybe staying at home more than going out, stuff like that. But in general, just like live your life. Like just staying, like you gotta work, you gotta do what you gotta do. I mean, you're gonna drive yourself insane if you just keep yourself locked in for too long. Like I'm losing my mind because I'm like I'd be working right now too. But the thing is, I got kicked out of the place I was living at in PA where I was working at that job at the cement plant. That was a good job. I was getting paid good. Right now, I don't. I mean, I don't have. I was about to get my license, and then this thing came up, so I can't get my license for until April 29th. Uh, so I mean, it's like every time I go to, get ready to do something like this, something happens, and now it's this, and this could go on for months. But hopefully, when I get driving stuff, I can get another job, maybe a better job, and keep working. But this is where I'm at for now, and I'm going a little nuts. I'm not gonna lie. All right, let's keep it going.
Sit inside our rooms and we pray. It's a ghost town, we're in this together. They're closing all the stores down, we're heading for shelter. It's a war now, they'll always remember. We're locking all our doors down, we're sticking together.
Good message. Look, if you're so worried about this virus, I'm not. But I mean, granted, like it's always a good idea to help people out anyway. I don't do enough, so at least like when I get out on my own place, I'm still busy, Mom. Thanks. See you later. All right. Bye. Um, but this is why I can't do rational my train of thought. Oh yeah, like if you're so worried about this virus, yeah, look, just if you think it's so bad, then just go out and help people out. Buy stuff for other people instead of buy the whole store for yourself. How about that? Go to the food lines. I mean, what do you think homeless people are going through right now? What do you think they're having to do? I mean, it's crazy. This whole thing is just nuts. But anyway, guys, think about other people for yourself. And I would my thing I would say, don't worry about it. Do what you got to do. Be safe and don't worry about it. Don't become a hermit in your house. I don't think that's healthy. Matter of fact, I think yes, it's in the air, but fresh air, sometimes being in the air, like granted, like what if the virus gets inside your house? I mean, it gets inside your house. It's gonna get inside your house, and then you're just locked inside four walls with that stuff around. So at that point, it's better to be outside, working or doing whatever you got to do. It's like, you know, I mean, people are. I'm sorry, but people are sheep. Anyway, I hope you liked the reaction. Tom, banger man, loved it. This dude is always coming in with facts and just like he just raps about real stuff. Like I didn't used to like hip hop at all, really even, and then like I found guys like Upchurch and Tom and Jelly Roll, Struggle Jennings, Adam Calhoun, Demon Jones, all those guys. Like y'all are showing the game how it's done. Anyway, love you guys. Peace.